Could it be the long-awaited part 3 of the Da Vinci RAMPS conversion? I gotta say, it's been over a year since I made part 1 and 2, and a lot of the attention I've been getting on the Facebook group for the XYZ Da Vinci owners, you guys have been really cool and really interested in my videos, so I thought I'd make part 3 to cover the last few things that didn't get covered. This is going to be a short video because there's very few things I didn't cover. The only thing I'm not going to cover in this video is the direction of the extruder motor, and that's quite frankly because I don't feel like pulling my printer apart to look at what the colors are on the wires to see which direction it's traveling. If you can't figure out how to get your stepper motor to change direction, then you shouldn't be doing this anyway. So it's as simple as reversing the plug. So if your extruder stepper is traveling in the wrong direction, you need to reverse the plug, plain and simple. Alright, now, so first thing I want to cover is this. Alright, so looking at our firmware, not much has changed, but I want to go over a couple of things. In this video, I'm going to also tell you how to do a larger bed. Now, in the last series, part 1 and 2, we were using the stock Da Vinci bed, but we want a larger bed now. We want to be able to utilize all the space inside the Da Vinci for printing. So what we're going to do is we're going to learn how to make the print bed bigger so that we can, you know, print bigger stuff. Now I'm going to go over the technical aspects. Basically, I printed these little feet that have a bolt going through them that are super glued to the bottom of this glass. Now this glass is basic hardware store mirror wall tiles, so that's all these are. And if it breaks, I've got like 5 more to use. So basically, I printed a little foot that I found on Thingiverse and adjusted the size. I put a bolt through it. I put it on the spring, put it on the thing, on the thumb wheel. I put some super glue on the end of it, and I set it down in place and let it glue itself on. And that super glue does hold because this is actually the second. This was my first glass bed. It was actually the glass out of a printer, scanner, copier, like this. That glass is what this is, and that's what I used originally, but it broke when I was trying to peel something off, and it was really thick, so I expect to break a lot of these because these are not half as thick. So let's look at the Marlin firmware. To do a bigger bed, and you can ignore this if you guys are still doing the regular Da Vinci stock bed, but to do a bigger bed, our travel limits look like this: 0, 0, 0, 300, 300, 300. If we scroll down, where are you? Where are you? There we go. Right here. The position after home, or the home position, is 0, 0, 0. Got that? This is only if you're using the larger bed like I'm using. Ignore all of this if you're not. Now let's go back to what we were originally doing as far as the firmware. Let me see here. Okay, this is a big one. I didn't cover this in the last video, and this is something that you need to know. Your Z motor. Your Z motor is not going to work. If you go by just what I've taught you in the last 2 videos, you're going to find that your Z motor gets stuck, and it grinds, and it doesn't move, and it whines, and it doesn't act right. That's because the Z steps haven't been changed. You got to understand, this lead screw for the Da Vinci isn't a standard size lead screw. It's not a 2mm pitch, it's not even an 8mm pitch. I don't know what the pitch is on it, but it's crazy. It's basically like a bolt thread. So it uses a different Z step. So what you got to do is when you got to scroll down about this far. That helps you guys out under movement settings, and you're going to see default axis steps per unit, X, Y, Z, and E. Here's X, Y, Z, and E. So Z needs to be 2500. Okay, guys? 25. Oops, what the hell did I just do? 2500, not 0025. 2500. So that's a pretty important step. Once you do that, then your Z motor will be working properly. So I'm trying to think if there's anything else I failed to cover in the last two videos. I'm pretty sure that covers everything, because that was really the only main thing I needed to do. Another thing you can do is you can go over to your advanced configuration, and somewhere in here there is the you can enable it to allow you to make changes from the LCD smart controller, and I cannot find it. But you can find it on here somewhere in the advanced configuration H, and that will allow you to actually use this controller to make changes. In which case, if you wanted to, you can set your Z steps this way. But it takes forever, and it's a lot easier just to do it in the firmware. So that's pretty much it. I mean, I've covered how to do a larger bed in this video, and I've covered the final steps you need to take in order to get your Da Vinci printer working. So hopefully that answers any questions you might have. This is a good angle here. You can see my end stop positions in case you've never seen them or you missed out. You can see that one right there, and you can see that one right there, and that one right there. If you're wondering, I just simply hot glued them. They're hot glued in place. So that's pretty much that. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching this series, even though it took me a year to do part 3. As you can see, the printer is working great. I've been using this printer off and on for over a year, and it's pretty much ran non-stop. So I've got a lot of hours on this machine, like an insane amount. If I looked at the number, I would probably freak out, because there's just so many, it's unreal. So yeah, pretty much that's the end of this video. Thanks for watching. Give me a thumbs up, like and subscribe if you want to see more videos, Ghostbuster stuff, my Ecto 1 car, all that other cool stuff, all the cool guy stuff, some cool bass covers. What else do I have videos of? I don't know. All kinds of stuff, but that's pretty much it, guys. Thanks for watching, and peace out.